The people that matter after this game and after an incredible Sunday and indeed Premier League weekend, that of course began with Newcastle's win at St James's Park, the huge win for Frank Lampard and Everton, the surprise one for Brighton, the thumping one for Chelsea, another important one for Leeds and crucial for Tottenham as well. And then today, West Ham lose 2-0 at Brentford, Palace go down 2-1 at Leicester, big win at the bottom of the Premier League for Norwich City, 2-0 over Burnley, and all square here at the Etihad between the top two in the Premier League, finishing 2-2. So it's as you were with a game less to play. Still the gap is 1 point. 7 more crucial matches for City and Liverpool. And of course Liverpool still have that +5 goal advantage as well. Tottenham at the moment 3 clear of Arsenal in the race for 4th. Arsenal with 1 game in hand. West Ham unable today to make any ground on those two.
Kevin, it was an extraordinary game to watch. Just how intense was it?
Yeah, it was hard. And to be fair, I think we played excellent. I know we conceded 2 goals, but I think the way we played today was very good. Should have scored more. It is what it is. We keep going.
Just what made it such an intense game? Was it the quality of both sides?
Yeah, I think so. I think like we spoke before, you know, the quality, the intensity is there. Showed today, I think it was a great game. Yeah.
If you had the upper hand at half-time, were you disappointed with the score at half-time? Should it have been more?
Yeah, I think it should, but we were still winning. Obviously, the way the second half started, that's the disappointment. We know in a couple of chances that Liverpool can score, but I think, like I said, I think we played great. We created enough chances, I think, today to win the game, but it didn't happen.
How good was that one right at the end as well?
Yeah, it's a clear chance, obviously. Yeah, Riyad chose to chip the keeper. You know, if it goes in, it's a wonder goal. It didn't go in today, but yeah, that's it.
Did that demonstrate just how close it is between these two?
Yeah, I think so, but I think, like I said, I think today we played very well. I think we had the upper hand today, but we didn't win. That can happen, but this is the way we need to play the rest of the games.
And because it's Liverpool and another game gone, is it a better point for you than it is for them?
No, I think it's similar. Obviously, I know a lot of people spoke, whoever wins the title goes to there, but I don't think that neither of both teams would think that way. It's way too hard. The schedule is way too tough for both teams to win all the games, so we're going to try, but I think the way we play today is the way we need to move forward.
Thanks, Kevin.
Thank you.
That's Kevin De Bruyne's view. We are joined live by a fellow Dutchman of Nigel de Jong's, Virgil van Dijk. Wow, we're just getting our breath watching that. What was it like to play him?
Same. Expected. Obviously, it was always going to be an intense game. Also a game that goes end to end, I think, because obviously with the quality both teams have. So yeah, it was expected. Obviously, we don't want to concede goals at all, but unfortunately, it happened today, and I think second half was a good half for us, especially the start, of course, with the early goal. But yeah, I think overall, I think well-deserved draw. I think.
Yeah. To come back twice at a place like this against a team like that, what does that say?
That we shouldn't come from behind, in my opinion. But it is like this, you know, and a situation we have to deal with, and we have character, we have the quality, we have to stay patient, and we have to play football, especially against them. And obviously at times it's difficult. To find the free space and between the lines because they press good. But yeah, eventually we, it's difficult for an opponent to keep running and keeping the same energy level and pressing level for the whole 90 minutes, of course.
Virgil, obviously Manchester City pose a different threat to a lot of teams, not having necessarily that one centre-forward that comes and marks you. What type of threat do they pose to you? How's it different to playing other teams?
Well, obviously they still have runners in behind, but you need to put pressure, especially on their midfield, I think. And I think when there was no pressure, for example, on Bernardo Silva, you could play the balls in behind, or Rodri, in this case, if the centre-back has the ball, the ball is still a long way out over the top, so you can run back and get the ball. So it's a lot of movement, especially up front with them. They move from left to right, dropping in. So you need to be very good in communication, of course.
of course, into halftime. With City goes in halftime with a 2-1 lead. Did you guys change the tactics coming out in the second half? Or what was the message that Klopp said also going out in the second half?
I think the main message was to start playing again. I think there were moments in the first half where we kept the ball well, we played the ball quick, and then it's difficult for City to keep that pressure up high, and especially when we have such a quality up front with the runs in behind. So we had to start playing, and obviously the early goal in the second half helps. Knock them a little bit down, but then it's key to keep playing and get your moment. So that's what we try to do. Obviously, with the quality they have, they still create chances, moments of on the break because they are a fantastic team.
Yeah, obviously you were both pushing for a winning goal. Mahrez right at the end. Just give us an idea of the concentration levels you have to have in a high-intensity game like that, Virgil.
Yeah, well, you have to. Also because what you said, you're trying to find the winner. So there will be spaces on the break for both teams. And with that exact moment, obviously we lost the ball. Kevin had the ball, and I thought he was going to play the easy pass, but knowing Kevin, he saw the most difficult one and the best one. And luckily for us, Mahrez trying to chip it and it got blocked.
So just finally, 7 to play each. Still 1 point in it. Game on?
Game on, yeah. I said it in after when we draw Chelsea away, that anything is still possible, and it still goes like this. Obviously our run-in is tougher than City's, but football, anything can happen, and we will recover now, hopefully qualify now for the next round in the Champions League, and then we'll focus on City again for the FA Cup. Yeah. And that's going to be a hard job as well, but something we look forward to. I think today as well, everyone wants to be out here today and show your quality, and I don't want to be in a situation that I'm not playing for anything this season, or I'm playing for everything, and that's what I'm enjoying, and we still have a lot of games to go until the end of the season.
Well, we're enjoying watching, and we really enjoy your company. Thank you very much indeed for coming again.
Guys.
Nice to see you again.
Cheers.
There we go. I'll take that. Virgil van Dijk live for us at the Etihad. Interesting to hear him talk about the intensity there firsthand.
Yeah, the intensity, and you could sit there and ask him questions all day, couldn't you? I was just listening to him then and thinking, how brave have you got to be? When you've got no pressure on the ball like that, no pressure in midfield, and he still plays a high line. He's still, willing to squeeze the play, because it's all on his head in many ways. He's taken the risk being a central defender, but when you've got that pace, a couple of times, Raheem Sterling ran at him and things like that, and you just think, wow, just don't do it. He is literally like a brick wall, isn't he? But what a player, and he, the style of play that Liverpool have makes for a fantastic, fascinating game as well.
It was interesting to hear Kevin De Bruyne feel that City had the upper hand today. They had the VAR goal disallowed, and as we said to Virgil there, they had a big chance with Mahrez right at the end.
Yeah, definitely. I think they had the best moments into the game to extend the lead, first of all, but also to win the game in the end. And of course, what he said, I think he's more disappointed about the moments that created that were not converted in the goal, and especially the last one with Mahrez. But nevertheless, they didn't lose, so that's a plus point for De Bruyne and also for City. So they gain a point, and they're still ahead of Liverpool with 7 matches to go. So it's not going to be easy. Virgil said the same thing. It's game on from now on, and anything can happen. And the main thing for them is that the focus has to be in the next game, and they have to go step by step and not looking at their opponents at this stage.
At the Etihad, trying to stay dry, but what a first half of football. Manchester City lead Liverpool by 2-1. Everyone's getting their breath while we get a little shower, but we don't mind because it's a privileged ticket today. I know you're pleased that Manchester City are in front, but first of all, describe that 45 minutes, Nigel.
Well, I'll try to describe it as good as I can, to be honest, because this is the second
live
time.
Television.
This is live television.
Come on, come back.
This is the good thing about live television, isn't it? Can I just? But anyway, what I was about to say. First half, it just the intensity was just second to none. 45 minutes from both sides, but of course, City just started fantastic. That resulted in the goal, but before that one, a great chance by Sterling. He should have put that away in the first place. But I think the intensity in the first 50 minutes for City was unmatched off, and of course after that, Liverpool responded.
And the speed we've spoken about a few times. Watching the speed in which that game is being played. We're so close to this pitch here.
How many times you build up one of these games and it disappoints? That is, if you want to see good football, just watch that again. That was just out of this world. Do you know, for the first 10-15 minutes I thought, have Liverpool got the wrong studs in their boots here? They're all slipping over, and then that quickly dawned on me that City play the game so fast that you just can't keep your feet. Everyone needs to do something a yard quicker. That was staggering. The standard from both sides, but particularly City.
And we've had the earliest goal in this fixture in the Premier League since Michael Owen in 2004, with City taking the lead. They started on the front foot.
Oh, they started fantastic. You know, they started on the front foot from kickoff time straight away. How they put pressure on Liverpool's midfield. You know, they didn't have space to come out of their own 18-yard box. And then this, of course, was the deflection that resulted in the goal from Kevin De Bruyne. But it all started beforehand. You know, the amount of pressure they put on Liverpool's defense and also on the midfield.
Yeah, a little bit of luck with the deflection. I thought Fabinho was quite slow to react to the free kick and then to let De Bruyne go past him. But yeah, a bit of luck, but I thought City deserved it at that point.
And what a response from Liverpool 7 minutes later.
Yeah, I mean, it was a brilliant response. I think they just built into the game a little bit. I mean, City came at them so quick. Right at the start, it was a great switch from Thiago, and of course Jota, he makes a cracking run. He doesn't get it first time, then they recycle the ball. I thought that was brilliant from Robertson. Everyone expecting him to shoot, just dinks it to the back post, and then Trent with a great little assist. But here we go again. We see Thiago with the switch of play. That changes the course of this attack. And and then just look at that run from Jota as well. I mean, and he stays alive. We see Robertson knocking it back in, and then Jota's not picked up for the third phase. And that third phase is him slotting in the back of the net. You could question Ederson, it almost goes right through him. But again, here we just highlight Jota. And a lot of the time when you make that first run, you're not picked up for the second one. He's coming back out as everyone's going back in, so you often find yourself unmarked and in a lot of space. And there we have it.
And this is the reason why he's starting, right? Things like this, Jurgen Klopp looks at his players, who's going to be the best fit for Salah and Mane in a system like this. And this is why he's so good. He's always on the move.
Yeah, we talked a lot about Jota starting. We also talked a lot about Gabriel Jesus starting, and that he hadn't scored for 15 Premier League games. That one's in the bin now.
I'm telling you, you know, we can say whatever we want, we can think about it however we want, but he was right once again. And this is exactly that he wants. He wants the energy that goes forward to block Robertson and Trent Alexander on the sides as well. And this for me, Trent was just sleeping at that point right here. I mean, you know, before Gabriel was running in, he would see him coming. He closed himself and was just ball watching completely.
Yeah, and I also think as well, when we see the ball get cleared here, you see Jota pointing to Trent saying, quick, look, that's your man. He's pointing to him, he's telling him, don't let him go. What does Trent do? He looks at the ball and he lets him go, and all of a sudden he's onside. It's a lovely finish. That's not easy. You're trying to kill the weight of the ball. Any power in that and it goes high and over the bar, kills the weight of it, but Trent has got to do better on that back post.
Can Liverpool come back in and win this?
Oh, absolutely, they can come back. I mean, there'll be lots of other chances. There'll be more goals, you can be assured of that. But City, they deserve to be in front in this half. But don't write Liverpool off. They've proven already that they can cause some problems.